It has been 365 days since the pandemic shut us down in US. I think that's literally insane. Today is the day that our lives have changed forever. And it's so crazy that for everyone is the same exact day. A year ago from today, I had no idea what was happening. We all did not know what was happening. We all thought like this was like crazy, like we're gonna be back at work, we're back at our lives in 2 to 3 weeks. No. So how I want to structure this video is going to be in 3 parts, okay? Those 3 parts, maybe 2. Those 3 parts are, 1, I'm going to tell some stories about like what happened today, and then some stories about like myself, like and my family in quarantine. 2, I'm gonna tell how it has like really like shaped our lives and changed our lives just forever. And then I really don't know what the 3rd one is. I may come up with it whenever I think of it, but we have 2 things for now. So we're gonna be starting out with number 1. Now, going back a few weeks, I was just happy, I was excited, I wanted to see my friends every day, and it was just like, I don't know, I just like all the jokes that we've made, and like maybe I was FaceTiming with my friends at night, I really don't know. Then we started hearing these like rumors and these news articles and just like all this stuff, and like my parents would tell me all about this at like dinner, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But like, and like all these news articles about coronavirus and like this pandemic that like is like coming around, and like it came from China, and just like all this stuff that was like leading up to this was like all the stuff that happened in January, and then March just comes around, and then it's just like, it's crazy, because then we started to hear like these viruses starting to go into Germany, Italy, India, and China, like all these other like countries. Starting in math, after we did like a warm-up in math, I would always go into the website on my school laptop and like look at like the COVID cases, and like telling everybody like what county they live in, so then I can know like, so then like I can so that they can know like how many cases they have. And I just like, I really liked that stuff. I like to track like weather, like if there's like a hurricane coming, if there's like a tornado, I can track it. It's not really for like safety, I don't know, I just have that personality, or that, I guess, that thinking. And it started to become sort of like every period I would like go on the website, some teachers were asking like, oh, how many like cases are in Pennsylvania, and then like I would show them that, and then we were all thinking like how is this gonna work, like when we're not in school. And it was interesting, like just like all this like craziness stuff that it was all out of question, it was just all out in the air, and we just had no idea. My teachers would be gave us like important information to send home if we did go on lockdown. Some of my friends couldn't come to school because the buses wouldn't take them. I think that's crazy. The buses wouldn't take the bus, and their mom and dad probably had to go to work, so the mom and dad couldn't take them to school. So they would just stay home all day. And then when I got home Friday, like 30 minutes later when I got home, my mom got an email saying like, we're going to be closed until the end of May, or March. And I was like, whoa. And I think this is the part, like this whole situation from like when it sort of like when COVID sort of like came up in the news and all that, until like quarantine, or like I don't know, from the beginning of March until like the end of quarantine, I wish I really kept my thoughts on like a notebook and like journaled, which I should actually journal. I should try it. But I just wish I kept my thoughts, because like it's sort of like a blur, because like I don't know, I just wish I just kept my thoughts just so I know how I was feeling and how I was thinking and all that. But that's for another story, another day. After I got that email, I went down here to the basement and went into the office, the gray part right here. Or, that's not gray, that's like brown. I went into here, and here is the place where I FaceTimed my friends. This was my office, this was like my space, where I had my monitor, my laptop. I would play video games in here. It was a fun space. This was a space where I tried to start a YouTube channel, a gaming YouTube channel. Very cringy, but I would always play games down here, FaceTime my friends, all that, okay? And so I came down here, FaceTimed my friend, and then we were talking about like, that it's like crazy that we won't be back in school until the end of March, and just all this just like craziness. And I remember him saying that he left his sweatshirt in his locker, and I think that was just like the funniest thing, because then you won't get it back until like a month later. Time moved on, we started to know more information about this. The government would send us calls. There's still just a ton of wonders and thoughts and feelings and just things up in the air that I had no idea how to like answer or comprehend or think of it. The quarantine part from March to June is, I would say, a blur. I have some few bits and stories that I remember, even though that it was a little bit, it was less than a year ago. I just sort of forget it. I feel just like the days just blended in because it would be doing the same thing every day. Me and my sister, we wanted to watch a series together, or I think she started to watch a series and I joined in. And so then it became like a, whenever, like, we would both watch the series at the same time. We would be watching I think it was like MasterChef or something, season 10. It was a great season, loved it. And it was just like, we would like always eat, sometimes at like lunch we would always have like a grilled cheese or like a chicken sandwich or something. And I think that was just like really fun to just like watch a TV show together, because like everybody else would be like watching Netflix, watching YouTube, like watching because they didn't know nothing else to do. It was a nice day out, it was great. We wanted to have like a small picnic outside, and so we brought out like the blanket and all that, and we just sort of just like talked, ate, had some laughs, and I think that was just like really fun. I remember just like some like Instagram stories of me like watching, I think like The Middle, that's a TV show, and like having, I think like a strawberry smoothie, or not strawberry, like a mango smoothie, and just saying like day 46. It's crazy that like this just happened a year ago. I feel like just like all the laughs and cries and just graduation parties and all that stuff was like great. Like, remember my sister going off the trends and watching Tiger King, and just all this stuff that was on TikTok. I don't know, it was a great time just to, I think, spend time with my family that like I really want to spend time. My sister was at college, she came home, we were all just stuck together, because like I would go to school every day. I would only see my dad for like not even half the day, and we would see each other every day. The second part of this video, this part is the interesting part. This part is the part that I would say nobody like sort of talks about, because like it's in your mind, it's your like ways of thinking and your ideas. Now, a ton of people when the quarantine hit, they were sent home isolated into your house. And you know your house extremely well, because you probably have maybe been there for a few years, or maybe you grew up in your house. But then like, as you started to, I would say, get bored because you couldn't go outside, you started to maybe look on Pinterest, look on Instagram, look on things that people were doing, or just ideas that you can get into, some arts and crafts, some just ideas of like hobbies that you can do. And then people started to do them. I would say my hobby that I would maybe have started during quarantine, I would say for now, this is sort of out of quarantine, but still is vlogging. Even though I didn't start at the very beginning, and I started like sort of after quarantine when people could go out, but like we still had to wear masks and all that. Just like people's ways of thinking have extremely changed. Like people's could have read a book and they gotten a ton of knowledge, and now they can share that knowledge with people in the world. People could have started a like YouTube channel, website, they could have started their own company, and now maybe they quit their job and they are fully focused on that company. So people's lives have definitely changed over this whole massive quarantine. Actually, I do have another like hobby or specific idea. As I did spend more time by myself, I was like, I had a ton of stuff that like I still kept from like my childish years, and I think a ton of the stuff I got rid of, but like I was like, let me show off my stuff that like I made and who I am as a person. This wall, I am still working on to put things up, but I have started to put things up. So I mean, you have like company names, you have DVD discs, you have a poem, a picture, American flag, and my goals. And these are like all my stuff that like sort of makes up me. And I'm still trying to figure out and try to find things to put up on the wall. This whole thing, I put this shelf up to show off the things that I like. I think that, oh, my camera's going down the tripod. I think it's really aesthetically pleasing. Oh, it just fall. These I display make me happy. These are all hats that I have. I have more hats, but like don't want to display them. These are, what are these? These are license plates that I'm still working on trying to find more when I get to places that I go to for vacation. Ending out with this wall. Okay, I think you get the point. I like to display things, and I want to display more things of my personality, my things that I like, and all that. Just like all this stuff that sort of just connects us into who we became, who we changed, how do we change, and just all of our stories that we will tell to our grandkids, our kids, our family members, when the time comes, to people on social media, to our next door neighbors. At least the vaccine is lowering the cases down a lot. I just got into full person school, so I'm going in every single day now, which I'm excited. I'm happy. I would say look back and at what, like, the stories you've made, the like family stories you've made, and look back to like how you changed as a person from this quarantine. I'll see you guys in another video, another vlog, I guess. So peace.